Hello. Hello. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Here's my laundry. I got my laundry done. Look at this. Individually wrapped. My shirt nicely pressed. Oh, both shirts nicely pressed in here. My pants nicely done. And my other pants also nicely done. So I'm here in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and I wanted to put down some thoughts on my experience here in terms of the United States and the current political climate in the United States. It's always fascinating to come to a foreign country, particularly one like Nigeria, and to see how that country functions compared to America. And it's even more fascinating for me currently because we're so divided in America right now, and we are living in quite possibly the best time in human history in America. We all have running water. We have houses that are huge by any standard in the world. We have multiple bathrooms. We have safe water. We have a sewage system that works. We have roads that function and that you can travel on with ease. We have public transportation. We have safe air travel. We have functioning schools, universities. We have jobs. And in America right now, we have this generation of kids and adults who believe that somehow America is an oppressor and that they're being oppressed and that they're victims. And it's laughable when you come to a place like Nigeria and you see the just abject poverty and suffering, true suffering that these people are going through day in and day out. Every day here is a struggle for survival. Sitting in traffic is a struggle. Finding a job is a struggle. Finding something to do is a struggle. Making ends meet is a struggle. Everything is hard here. I mean, the weather here is just a metaphor for how hard it is. I mean, it's just oppressive, hot heat all the time, making everything difficult. The sidewalks have holes in them. If you don't watch what you're doing, you'll fall into a hole. The traffic is just unbearable. It is an absolute struggle to live here. And it makes our problems in America look like, we're just spoiled brats. We're absolutely spoiled brats. We have no gratitude for what we have. And I spent the day with a driver, a guide from Nigeria, and he hates it here. He wants to leave. He wants to come to America. He looks at America as the greatest place in the world. And he's right. He's 100% right. There's no finer place in the world than America. I can't wait to leave. And it's unfortunate that we have so much in America and we're just pissing it away. We're fighting over stupidity. People who walk around and they're like, I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed. Don't culturally appropriate my stuff. It's my truth. I mean, just these whiners and complainers. I'm a victim. No. Nobody in America who walks around, who can have at the touch of a button, can have anything in the world delivered to their house the next day, who can walk down the street and have their Starbucks easily on every corner, who has a supercomputer in their pocket that didn't cost them but maybe a few hours of work in wages. Everybody's got a car that drives like perfectly, and when we're done with it, we can get another one easily. Nobody here has a new car. Everybody here is driving a car that's most probably imported from America that already has 100, 200, 300,000 miles on it. And nobody drives around here with a full tank of gas. Everybody has a gas can in the back of their car. They don't have reliable electricity here. Everybody has to have a generator so that they go to the gas station. My driver today was telling me that every 6 hours he has to refill his generator so he can run it 24 hours a day. Every 6 hours. Does he get 8 hours of sleep a night? No. He lives in a 12 by 5 meter apartment with his wife and 2 kids. 12 by 5 meters. 2 bedrooms, or 2 rooms, small kitchen. No air conditioning. Well, he has air conditioning, but he can't really run it because it sucked too much up from the generator. We have nothing to complain about in America. We are arguing for the sake of arguing. We are bitching and moaning and complaining for the sake of bitching and moaning and complaining. We are inventing problems. For what reason, I have no idea. I mean, perhaps it is because we need chaos. We need some chaos. Because things are too good. But that's not productive. Creating chaos and tearing down America for what it is and what it stands for. Tearing down the tenets of Western civilization. I mean, culture matters, right? You know, my driver today, he looks to America, just like I'm sure everybody else here looks to America. And I said to him at one point, I said, well, maybe one day Nigeria can become more like America. And he said to me, no, nowhere in the world can be like America. That's some powerful stuff. It really is. And I'm not going to say for a moment that coming to Nigeria has like profoundly changed me or some crazy stuff like that. But I do know that it has solidified my views that America is the greatest country in the world. What every previous person in America has worked towards should be preserved. There's no reason to tear down the institutions and the foundation of what America is because you think that you're oppressed, or you think you've been aggrieved, or you think that you are a victim, or that your identity has been victimized, or that that somebody's out to get you and to oppress you. It's laughable when you come to a place like Nigeria. Absolutely laughable. We need to grow up in America. We're spoiled brats. Absolute spoiled brats. And we need to figure out very quickly what we're going to do in America, because we don't want to tear it down without something to replace it. We don't want to digress and become more tribal than we already are becoming. I mean, you want to look at tribal politics, come to Nigeria. And that's why most things can't get done. Nigeria was an eye-opener. It was, although I have to say, everything that I expected Nigeria to be was. Nothing, I was not surprised by anything that I saw here. I came here with the expectation that I would see abject poverty, that I would see suffering, that I would see chaos, that I would see people really struggling. And it met every expectation that I had preconceived in my mind. I think that it would be good if every American could come to a country like Nigeria and see how these people have to live day in and day out. It would sober up the vast majority of Americans quite quickly. Quite quickly. I mean, even when I went to Europe back in the 90s, especially when I went to East Germany after the wall fell, I walked away from that at 15 years old saying, my God, we have it so good in America. I recognized it back then. I mean, even in Paris and London, you still looked at America and you're like, wow, we have it so much better than these people. This is about 1,000 times that. I'm lucky. I'm lucky I get to leave. I'm lucky that tomorrow I get to get on an airplane and fly home. These people, they're trapped. Most of them will never be able to leave. Very, very eye-opening experience. We got it good in America. America's a wonderful place. We really should be more grateful for what we have. Maybe one day we will be.